Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you all to the launch of the Certificate in Governance and Public Innovation. My name is Bernardo Requena. I'm CAF representative in Trinidad and Tobago. This is the second edition of the certificate. Allow me to share some information of the first edition. Last year, we had 105 registered students from the Caribbean region, and 90 of them received the certificate. This year, the registration process has already started, and we have approximately 25% of those registered last year. I am sure that with your participation and with your help, by sharing this course with your contacts, we are going to break last year's record. Please keep in mind that this certificate is addressed to public authorities, technical teams, civil servants of national and subnational governments in charge of the design, implementation, and evaluation of public policies or programs, public, social, political, and business leaders, representatives of NGOs, and officials of public and private firms. The main objective of this certificate is to strengthen the capacities in different skills as public innovation, governance, public management, in order to promote transformational leadership and prepare our students to promote the necessary leadership to face the current and future challenge of the region. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Stacy Richards Kennedy, CAF's regional manager for the Caribbean. She is going to deliver the opening remarks of this event. The floor is yours, Dr. Richards Kennedy.
Thank you very much, Bernardo, and good afternoon to all. Thank you for joining us for this online launch of the Professional Certificate Program. It is a pleasure for CAF to be offering this second edition of the Professional Certificate in Governance and Public Innovation in collaboration with the University of the West Indies, KFIL campus. I would like to especially thank our guests, as well as the UWI management, the coordinators, professors, and students. And of course, I'm particularly heartened by the many online participants who are interested in benefiting from this online course so that you can go on to transform your communities and improve the quality of life of citizens across the Caribbean. At CAF, we work very hard to contribute to institutional strengthening in our member countries through the training of officials from the public and private sectors, NGOs, universities, and many other institutions. Our online courses help them to enhance performance in their day-to-day functions and to appreciate the range of development factors that must be taken into account, such as political, economic, social, climate, and gender issues. We believe that improving institutional quality is a shared responsibility, and as such, different actors in society have an important role to play. Hence, the need for citizens to understand and not only the role of the state, but for public officials to also understand the needs of citizens. This is consistent with the SDGs, which underscore that sustainable development cannot be achieved without effective governance, equity, and inclusion. For these reasons, CAF designed this professional certificate in which governance and public innovation are prioritized to help foster environments with strong institutions that promote efficiency and transparency. If you are interested in improving the institutions of your country and would like to sharpen your skills by equipping yourself with the tools that help you to improve policy formulation by putting the needs of society at the center, this is the program for you. Plus, you will be able to expand your professional network significantly, connecting you with students from all over Latin America and the Caribbean, allowing you to be a part of a regional community of learning and of practice. This is the Second, the second edition of the course, as you would have heard. In the first edition, we received a lot of feedback about its success, both for CAF and for our partner universities, because it was and still is the only regional program of its kind, with students from countries across the region speaking 3 languages simultaneously and sharing ideas and experiences. We also had over 300 group projects that used design thinking methodology to solve a community problem. The 16 best projects, one per university, were incubated in a bootcamp exercise. And today, in this webinar, we will hear from Amilcar Sanatan, a former student of the program who represented the Caribbean in the previous bootcamp. Later on, you will hear details of this second edition of the program, which will have a focus on topics such as public innovation to improve state management, digital transformation of public institutions and the national administration, gender, diversity, and social inclusion, circular economy to boost our regional economies, GovTech in the promotion of solutions of public problems with the participation of the private sector, particularly startups and SMEs, and also smart cities designed for the well-being of inhabitants, among many other topics. Also, I want to emphasize that this professional certificate is oriented towards the construction of theoretical and practical knowledge that contribute to the search for solutions that affect to problems that affect communities in our region. So within this framework, this program supports capacity in critical areas that will help to bolster citizens' access to fundamental rights, social welfare, and to help strengthen institutional trust. We know that you are here connected to this webinar because you would like to make a positive contribution to your society, because you would like your work to have an impact, and because you would like to improve lives. So join us, enroll in this course. This is what CAF does. We invest in creating more opportunities for you so that you can have a better future. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you as one of our participants in the program. Over to you, Bernardo.
Thank you very much for the inspiring words, Stacy. Well, now I have the distinguished pleasure to present our first guest. He is Amilcar Peters Sanatan. Amilcar is a former student of this certificate. Now he is the Assistant Director for Gender Affairs, Gender and Child Affairs Division at the Office of the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to you, Amilcar.
Good afternoon, Bernardo, and all the viewers here this afternoon with us.
Great. Well, I have some questions for you. And my first question, the first topic of this conversation, I would like to know, considering your current position in the Office of the Prime Minister, what do you consider the skills to propose a different and more comprehensive approach, when proposing solutions to public problems?
Thank you very much, Bernardo. And the way we think about problems, especially public problems, requires a kind of sophistication from us. I would say there are 3 fundamental areas we have to pay attention to, which are encouraged and also taught in the professional certificate offered by CAF. The first one is to have sociological knowledge, that we must understand our societies in the way it is ordered, the way it is ordered by class, gender, age, ethnicity, religious and cultural backgrounds. We need to have a knowledge of hierarchies, the power differentials among groups as well. So that's sociological knowledge, because we can't make an intervention on behalf of people if we don't understand where they are in the society. The second component, I would say, is technical knowledge. And in this course, we have knowledge about the way we think about public policy, understand the gaps in public policy, and also, is this measuring its effectiveness, more than just monitoring and evaluation, but having learning. So technical skills are required. And the University of the West Indies, of course, offered very interesting insights on that with the lecturers who were present. But a third dynamic, I may say, and it's quite unfortunate that I have to mention this, based on the trends that are happening around the world, is that an innovative project today is a democratic project. It is a democratic project because it is participatory. It is democratic because it invites more people and acknowledges their autonomy and power to make contributions as citizens. It is democratic because we must do work to contradict a larger history of the colonial society which took away power from many other persons. So I would say sociological knowledge, technical skills, especially around writing to support the interventions. And the third dimension would be democracy and how do we see participation as being important in all our work to solve public problems.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Amilcar. Um, it's my understanding that innovation is a very important part of the, of the equation. So, how to bring innovation to the state in order to be closer to the people, as well, as well as more transparent, more agile at the same time. Is there there is a way to do that?
Certainly, I think there are some things we can begin to consider. One of the principal thrusts coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic is to look at the issue of digitalization. Where I stand in gender affairs, CSW 67, which was recently concluded in New York, look at the way that digital transformation technology could promote gender equality. But this matters to all spheres of development. In fact, in Trinidad and Tobago, we recently established the Ministry of Digital Transformation to catalyze the public service into the 21st century and the work that we do, which is for the benefit of the public. So I would say understanding the role of technology in improving service delivery. And next thing we have to be conscious about is how do we create long-term changes that are transformative. So it is transformative because it addresses the material conditions, but it addresses the ideological ones. What are the cultural attitudes which may impede transformation? We need to make an intervention into that. At the same time, we need to address the material conditions, la realidad, the reality of their context in which they live, and how people could think about their own futures, their agency in transformative ways. And then the last issue I would say I would really like to bring up is the issue of design. How do we see people as infrastructure, institutions as infrastructure, and then geographies, their physical environments as infrastructures? And if we are to be innovative public leaders, whether it be in the state or non-state actors in the private sector or in civil society, we must think about the transformation of the infrastructure, where it is not about what we could deliver for this time, for this target group, but that we are ending a problem because we have the resources and the infrastructure available to sustain the work for years to come. And that is the type of work I think required of an innovative leader. It is hard, it is difficult, but our capacity can be built, and we all have that capacity to lead and solve our own problems.
Bernardo, you have your microphone off. Please turn it on.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Amilcar. Talking about the people, the transformation that, is going to happen, and it's happening actually. Do you consider that only the people working in government, in public administration, they are responsible for promoting those changes in the modernization of the state? Only those few, the chosen ones, or there is more space to have a change in the modernization of the state?
Oh, certainly. Well, I forgot one of the other components of an innovative leader, Bernardo, is to read lips while they are on mute. And you wouldn't believe I was following you actively. But we'll discuss that in another forum. Where it relates to leading the changes, we have not just an all of government approach, but an all of society approach. It is fundamentally the issue of the responsabilidad. I hope I have it, responsabilidades, the responsibilities of the government as well as civil society and the private sector in driving changes, not just in their interest, in the national interest. So there's no one single or principal custodian of development in society. For me, where we stand philosophically in the work that we do, the state doesn't have to be principal actor of el desarrollo and development. We bring people to the table, we organize the chairs and the seats, and we could be a conduit for actors to lead because we created an enabling environment for people to drive changes in the national society community, but also at the ground in the communities where they live. So we need to see all of us as playing a role. And in fact, the professional certificate is not just for public service leaders, but for people in civil society, in the private sector. In Trinidad and Tobago, I saw colleagues who were working in the private sector raise issues about environmental and social baselines in the Chamber of Commerce in Trinidad and Tobago because they believe that there was a role for the private sector to drive in development. So I think the course is very applicable to all. But the challenge that you raised in your question is that development must be led by all sectors of society.
And a big challenge. It's a big one. Yes. Well, I have a last question for you. Last but certainly not least, Amilcar, please share with us, how was your experience during the first edition of the program? I mean, it was like, what's the most important experience that you had during the first certificate?
Certainly, I would say the first one, it reintroduced me to the rigors of teamwork in a virtual space. I want to speak honestly to anyone applying here. The struggles that you have offline, you will have it online. But we have the opportunity to communicate with people who are different to us. People and communicating across difference is important for cultural intelligence. And to have a group project and to discipline it in an online space where we need to manage our time and work in our busy schedules, that becomes important, I think, for it. And that was a very interesting experience in the CAF context. The next thing would be showing the interconnectedness of development fields as well as goals. And the certificate introduced us to that, where a project is really sustainable, but also transformative when it could solve multiple development problems or address multiple cross-cutting themes at the same time. I thought that was quite sophisticated of the program. And then I would say fundamentally the dialogue among public service leaders. So we have academics providing knowledge around the theory and conceptual frameworks and methodology. We have practitioners, development practitioners, telling us these are the trends in the field, these are the experiences. This is an example of a women's bank in Latin America. And then we have public civic leaders who are driving the changes actively in their society, sometimes discussing their achievements and even their challenges, and speaking honestly and candidly about the context of their societies. So I was really grateful to CAF, and then having a successful project and going to the incubation experience, the project incubation in Washington, D.C., to meet the other colleagues, especially from Latin America, was profound. And I hope that people like the listeners here today could put the C in LAC when we say that we are Latin America and the Caribbean, that we are proud to be from Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Grenada, Jamaica, and so on, and really make a contribution and stand with our regional partners.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much for your answers. Thank you very much for your time. So we are going to continue with the programs. I will hand it over to Pablo Rolando, it's our general conductor of the program. Pablo, the floor or the mic is all yours.
Thank you so much, Bernardo. Thank you so much, Amilcar, for accept our invitation. I would like to present you a PowerPoint that I made with UE, so we can show you some of the information of the specs of this professional certificate. I'm going to. I guess now you are watching the PowerPoint presentation. This is quite important. Just to let you know that this program is organized or co-organized by CAF with 19 universities all across the Latin America and the Caribbean region, and also Spain and Portugal. This is the only program in the whole region that is organized with so many universities. From Mexico to Argentina, we have covering all of our countries, and in the Caribbean, as you know, we are in Trinidad and Tobago, in Barbados, and Jamaica, and also sometimes we have students from other parts of the Caribbean. Um, so what is the objective of this program? As Bernardo told you before, is to strengthen capacities and building capacities of public officials of national level and subnational level, and also people who are working in private companies or NGOs who are in some kind attached or working with public sector as well. The idea is that you learn the most important topics that the Latin American think tanks, universities, and development banks are talking about. As Stacy told before, you're going to learn about GovTech, open data, gender, circular economy, SDGs, and a lot of that more. So it's an umbrella of different topics about governance and public innovation. Also, you are going to design a project using the design thinking methodology. You're going to design a project that is going to aim or try to solve a problem of your community. And this is not done with a group of students, a very small group of students, working on this project along the 6 months of the program. Okay. And the other thing is that you are going to be in touch, as Amilcar told you, going to be in touch with the students from other parts of Latin America. So if you, for instance, know Spanish, you can talk and be in talkings with the students in Latin America, and also students that speak in English can be in touch with you to exchange information, knowledge, and experiences. That's the main idea of this program, to exchange experiences. As I told you, this is a very innovative approach where you have some, I'm sorry for having this in Spanish, it's my bad. I didn't have enough time to do a very proper translation, but we have GovTech topics, SDGs, agile methodology, digital transformation of the state, public innovation, climate change, and gender and social inclusion. So the main audience of this program are public authorities, public officials, people working in NGOs and civil association, as well as technical teams. Okay. The methodology is quite simple. You are going to have like different phases. The phase 1 is CAF training with our CAF expert. You're going to be able to watch a lot of videos, read some articles that are going to be the same for all the students across the region. This content is in Spanish, in Portuguese, and English at the same time. Furthermore, you're going to have at the same time the UE training. Dion and Michaela is going to talk to you a little bit more about this phase, but the UE training is going to be at the same time that CAF training, and is going to be with UE professors, and these topics are going to be very, very focused on the reality of the Caribbean, okay? And at the same time, you're going to have the design thinking projects working on it with your group. So these 3 phases are run in a simultaneous way, okay? At the end of the program, we are going to have a bootcamp that is going to be online. Amilcar told you before that we met in Washington, D.C. last year, the beginning of this year, but this time it's going to be online. We have another surprises of the program, but at this point, we're going to have this online bootcamp of 1 week when you are going to be able to develop your program, your projects. So the best project of each university is going to gather together with other 16 or 17 projects and going to be working in 1 week at different hours, working to enhance or foster the programs in order to have a program that it could be possible to be financeable by any other bank of development of CAF, okay? And this is the phases, the stages of the design thinking methodology. If you know, it's a 6 phases or 5 phases, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and assess. This is the most innovative and the most the latest agile methodology that universities and think tanks are using to foster programs in Latin America and in the world. Okay. So this is the syllabus. I'm going to give the word to John Greenwich. I'm going to present also John Greenwich and Mikaela from UE, so they can explain you a little bit of the topics that we are going to cover in this professional certificate. Hi, John.
Well, thank you and welcome to everyone here. And I look forward to you joining us for this very exciting program. The School of Business here at the University of West Indies KFL campus, we are happy to partner with CAF with this program, and we are always excited. The participants were very excited, and the benefits that they have been able to take back to their organizations throughout the region have been tremendous. I'm going to ask our project officer, our program officer within the School of Business, Mikaela, who's done a very good job in organizing from our end, to take you through our modules and syllabus. Mikaela?
A pleasant good day to all of the viewers watching and to the CAF team. We here at the University of the West Indies KFL campus, we are very pleased to be partnering with the CAF Development Bank of Latin America once again on this exciting program. For the second edition of the program, the Professional Certificate in Governance and Public Innovation. The previous edition was a very successful one, and we expect nothing less this time around. In terms of the program structure, the facilitators that we have are very knowledgeable in each of the areas, each of the modules. So for instance, we have topics like ethics and integrity in the exercise of the public function. And we know that being ethical and having integrity, especially in the public sphere, offers citizens some level of confidence in public leadership. And we see that's very important, especially in the times that we're living in right now. And we're also going to be targeting other topics such as behavioral sciences as it applies to the public management, risk management, and communication, how to lead in crises. That's very important in the times that we're living in right now, being able to manage risk and be ahead of the curve, before you have all of these crises happening. And we're also going to be looking at organizational transformation and leadership and other topics, including how to resolve conflict, how to have strategic communication, evidence-based and results management. And one of the exciting things that we are looking forward to are the projects that the participants will be presenting their project pitches. In the last edition, there were so many great projects. Obviously, there can only be one winner, but we are really looking forward to seeing the new projects that these participants, that you will be presenting this time around, and looking to see what problems we have. What problems we have here in the Caribbean that you as participants can manage, how you plan to go about resolving these issues in the public sphere, in public administration. Something else that's very important when it comes to this program on the UB's end is the structure of the program. So you will have 2.5-hour sessions. There will be 3 modules in total, and you'll have 2.5-hour sessions, approximately 4 to 5 classes per module. And those sessions will be held in the evening. And we'll also be providing this schedule for you to see the exact times. And after each module, you have an online quiz after each module. So after the 3 modules, you'll have online quizzes to test your knowledge on what you would have assimilated throughout the different lessons, the different lessons throughout the modules. So you'll also be getting a chance to put into practice what you would have learned, and then that would be culminating, again, as I said, in the design thinking project, which we're really looking forward to, where you will be able to get into groups with other persons from the various Caribbean countries and interact with different persons with different perspectives, and use that information and that experience to come together to develop a project that really does have an impact on the public administration sphere. So in all, we just want to say that we are very, very pleased to welcome you to the second edition of the program, and we can't wait to continue to work with you for this exciting program.
Thank you, Michaela. Very well. I just want to let you know that the registration website is already up, and it's going to be up till the 14th of May, approx. So you have still like 3 weeks to register. Hope you can do it as fast as you can. Just to let you know, even though the classes start on May 2 with CAF classes that are asynchronous, online asynchronous, the registration process is going to last till the 14th. And the program ends in the 30th of November. It's going to last around 6 months, 6 to 7 months, and it's going to be 150 hours. Okay. Here you can see the whole map of all of our universities from Mexico to Argentina and also Europe. Who are these universities we are talking about? These are one of the most prestigious universities in the region, as well as UWI. So beware that you are going to be in a program that is with very well partners, okay? As Bernardo told you before, in the first edition, we had more than 4,000 registration, 1,700 students online, and 1,300 graduates from 16 universities in 18 countries. UWI is the only university that covers 3 countries at the same time. And that is a huge challenge for them and for us. Okay? But we are very excited of that. And here you can see some pictures of the program last year. Many of the university did face-to-face activities. This is something the university can decide whether they want to have all activities face-to-face, some of them face-to-face, or all of them online. It depends a lot on their capabilities and the capabilities of the people who are attending the classes. So we have, like this one, master classes with invited guests that are 100% online at the same, in the 3 languages at the same time, okay? And many of the other ones are face-to-face. So this is our presentation. Bernardo?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that completes the whole idea of this certificate. So now we open the floor for questions from the attendees.
Great. We have some questions especially from Tyla Mohammed and from Emerson John. I guess I can reply some of them, other ones not. This is not a program where you're going to learn the IPO standard innovation management. It's not like that. It's not a technical program. This program will allow you to know which are the most important topics that we are talking when we are talking about public innovation. But it's not a program with a certification that is going to allow you to put a process of innovation in your institution. Okay. For that, you have some courses from the ISO, but this is a program where we want people to understand which are the most important topics when we talk about governance and public innovation, and also to learn with the experience of other people from the Caribbean and from Latin America, and also to tell your experience and see how your experience can help other students in other countries. This is the main idea of this program. We had last year a lot of people talking between countries, students from different countries sharing their experiences, and they learn a lot how to manage local problems with the experience of other countries. And usually, these kind of public officials, they don't have the space to share their experiences with students from other countries, because there are not so many programs like this one. So this is the most important thing of this program, the capability that you have to share your experience and to learn from other experiences and apply that to your problem, or ask help from our professors or UE professors. Okay, I guess that one was one of the questions about the ISO. There is a real life approach to the projects. That's right. With the UE experience and also CAF experience working with the governments, these are real life approach. Using the design thinking methodology, Amilcar is not yet, it's not more in the floor, but he did an amazing project about water and sanitation in Trinidad and Tobago. And it was a real project that if he has the resources, he can implement the project, because the project was really solid and was developed during 6 months during this program. And the project was a real life approach to a specific problem in Trinidad and Tobago. So the idea of working with design thinking methodology is to develop all the skills that you need to develop a project that it can be developed or hands-on in your community. Okay. I don't know if I don't see any other questions.
No, I don't see another question.
I guess that the question from Emerson is the same.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take your question, Emerson. I guess it's a very good question, as well as the Tyla. We're going to get deeper about the ISO and see if we can have it in the program. I don't guess this year, but maybe next year, and how it can fit. But we're going to do the research. Okay. Thank you for your recommendation.
I think you covered all, Pablo. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Tyla, do you have any other
Comments?
Important information to share with people?
I just want to say that, to reiterate what you said, Pablo, that the registration is still open. So we welcome new registrants into the program.
Yes, and also just to finish, we at the end of the program we create an online certificate with both logo, CAF logo, and the UE logo. There is a certificate that you can share in all your social medias, and it's based on blockchain, so it's a professional certificate that you can download and share as many times. So it's pretty much a reward certificate. And just one thing left. This program is being subsidized by CAF in a 90% or 85%. We strongly believe that education should be a right for people. There are not many possibilities for public officials to get a very well education sometimes at this level. So we subsidize this program in 80 to 85%. So it's more. So you have the possibility to be in a program of this quality for a less price. That's important to share with you, just to let you know that the prices or the cost is much more than what we are paying. Okay.
Pablo, there is one more question from
Yes.
Haiti Kennedy. She's asking if she's in Haiti. How can someone take part of the program?
Michaela, you wanna answer?
That's a great question. Actually, we had someone from Haiti in the previous edition of the program. So you can just log on to the registration link on the CAF website and register there.
Everything is online, so no
Yes,
problem.
everything. Yes.
You need a good connection. That's the only thing, probably.
That's right. And also, Hendy, if you can gather like 3 or 4 more students from Haiti, it could be awesome, because you can work with those students a project for Haiti only, okay, with your local community. You're going to be in touch with the students from Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago as well, but you're going to be working in a project for Haiti only. That could be a very, very, very helpful, okay?
Okay.
Yes, yes, the price, like the
Indeed.
cost of the program is $3,000, but you have to pay only $450. The rest is subsidized by CAF. That's right, Tyler.
Thank you. I think no more questions here. So I don't know. We have the closing remarks from Nathalie Herbasi, our Director of Institutional Development and Learning.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Bernardo. Thank you to all those who are participating in this webinar. Thank you to our guests for your enthusiasm and sharing your experience and vision. At CAF, we are very much interested in helping people to improve their skills and knowledge to better perform their function as well as the quality of their management. This is also part of our role as a development bank. So as you all have heard, this professional certificate is oriented to the construction of theoretical and practical knowledge that contributes to the search for solutions to public problems. That's the main focus of this program. And these problems that afflict the communities where all the participants, I mean the students, will have an impact, as well as we share or we improve them to promote a more efficient and transparent and accessible public administrations for citizens and to strengthen the democratic values. So that's our main focus with this program. But also, what makes this program unique and different is not only the subjects and the professors that you will have during the 6 months, but the fact that as we have said during this webinar, the course is given in 20 countries at the same time. So you will share, you will allow, you will have the opportunity to share with other students from other countries, and also to know the reality of different countries. And we think this is very much important, so it will help you to understand what are the public problems in other countries, and to understand how you can solve or have a solution in your country. So learning from the experience of other countries will help you a lot. So this is a way we try to promote inter-country dialogue on public policies and projects to improve the quality of life to the people. So we hope you will register for this certificate, and we look forward to seeing you in the first day in class. As Pablo said, I think you said the 2nd of May, or the beginning of May, we will start all the lessons. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for your questions, and we hope to see you at this program. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Natalie. So the invitation is there. Register yourself, share the program with your contacts, and see you soon. Thank you very much.